Hey everyone, so have you got your guitar ready, your mic, you've got your little amp, you've got all the gear, you've got your signs ready, you've got it all in your little trolley, but you're still making excuses and saying, no mate, I don't feel like it today, I'll go tomorrow. Looking out of the window and saying, no, the weather's not right, I'll do it next week. Because you're still too nervous to go busking. Right. So am I. So is everybody. Alright? But I'm going to tell you in this video, if I can do it, you can do it, and absolutely anybody can go and do it. Stick around in the video and I'll explain why. And at the end I'll give you some ideas or some little rules that will help to make your next busking session or your first busking session go really well. Okay, I promise you. Stick around, let's get into it. So alright then, you ready to go? Let's go out busking, yeah? I do exactly the same as you. And just give you a little brief history of my musical life. It'll be very quick because I don't got that much. I used to sing and do gigs in bars and hotels around holiday resorts in the south of Spain, south of Portugal, Canary Islands. I've done it in London, Manchester, Dublin. I've also, during that time and before it, I've done lots of busking all over the place. I've done Grafton Street in Dublin, I've done Manchester, Lancashire, London, and around Europe as well. That's not a brag, that's just me saying I've got experience of playing in front of other people, but I'm still doing the same as what you're doing. I do it, everybody does it, I think. Like last week I sat here and I was like, okay, I've got my amp, I've got my trolley, I've made my new little signs. Let me just show you my new little sign that I made for the top of the trolley. You see that there? I don't know if you can see that. It says follow me, let's connect. Sorry about moving the camera like that. And I do it, I've been doing it for weeks now, nervous before going. And I'm like, why? The only thing you need to do is get out of the door. Put your stuff on your trolley, put your guitar, strap it on and get out. And walk down the street towards where you're going with your little trolley and all. Or if it's just on your back carrying the little amp, that'll commit you to going and doing it. Because I promise you, once you get to your little spot where you know you're going to play, and there's a few people milling about, walking around, just watching you, and you start putting your mic down, setting up, putting your mic in, putting your cables ready, that's when you start feeling great, you know? I do anyway. But I know lots of other people who busk and they go busking around the world. They all say the same. They're nervous before they go. As soon as they've got out to the street walking with their trolley, they're committed, and then they start chilling out. They start looking forward to it. And then when you get there, you set up, you start feeling great. Tune your guitar or whatever it is you're using and start your first song, and you're in, and you start feeling great. And then somebody comes along and puts a coin in and says, ah, nice. You feel like king of the world then, don't you? Why are we nervous about that? What's the worst that can happen? So here's a few little rules of mine that I stick to. I only do, so if your set list is only short, that's alright. I only do songs that are easy for me to play because I've suffered from 2 brain strokes, so my strumming arm doesn't really have any rhythm in it. I'm a terrible guitar player now, as you'll see later on in this video if you stick around, because I'm going to go busking right now, alright? And I'll film a little bit and show you. So I play songs that are easy for me to play and songs that I know I can do well. Always do songs that you know you can do well, because that you're putting all your heart into it when you do it, you know. And people like that, they see that and they go, oh wow, he's good, rather than a list of 30 songs that you don't know that well, you know. So learn your songs well. try to learn the lyrics. I do forget the lyrics, but it's street busking. It's not a gig. It doesn't really matter if you forget a verse, so you just repeat the first one. All right, we all do that. And also, as you probably know, or if this is your first time busking, it's all right to repeat the chorus at the end of the song a couple of times. People passing by, they love the chorus and they love lines that they recognise. You know, I've got a friend who busks in Portugal, in the south of Portugal, and he used to do Yellow by Coldplay. And you know the first line, look at the stars, look how they shine for you. He used to just sing that, and then once those people had gone past, as there were new people coming along, he'd sing it again, because he didn't know the whole song at all. I mean, I'm not telling you to do that. Try to learn the songs as well as you can. That really, again, shows that you're committed to doing it. And you'll feel better because you're rehearsing then. What happens if somebody comes along and offers you a gig? You've got to know the songs well, haven't you? All right. What else? Tune your guitar, obviously, that's number one. And I'm so guilty of it. I've got my tuner stuck on the end, a little snark, and I tune it up and it sounds great. After the first one, I'm thinking, there's a string out of tune here. And I just carry on. But it is what it is. So get your set list. The gear doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't. I've got a cheap, this is actually my first busking amp, because I used to do it back in the day when nobody used an amp. You remember that? This is a little Boss Cube Street 2. It's fantastic. It's loud enough for the street. It has a nice bass response, good low end. It's not too brittle. It's a good little amp. But yeah, gear doesn't matter. I see guys with big massive speakers. All right, I don't want to carry all that around on a trolley. But anyway, that's it. That's my little rules for busking. Know your songs well. Get a nice little set list. If you have to repeat a couple of songs after, no worries. August Radio Project is one of my favourite buskers online. He told me that he repeats his whole set from beginning to end. So if you want to do a 2 or 3 hour gig in the street, then good for you. I'm going right now. It's 10 to 5 in the afternoon here in Spain now. I'll be down at the centre by about 5:30ish, and then I'll switch back on and I'll film a little bit of busking and show you where I'm doing it. So here we are in the street. We didn't put it off, you see. I'll give you a little look at how the street looks just right now. There's not that many people out yet, but there will be. It gets busier in an afternoon, you know. So we've got all our gear, we haven't made any excuses, and we're just getting on with it, yeah? Big shout out to August Radio Project. Check him out on his YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description there. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing this. Like I said earlier, I had 2 strokes that have affected my strumming arm, and I thought I'd never play again. So just because of he's such a positive guy. All his positivity kind of rubbed off on me, which is hard to do, I'll tell you that. He's like the younger, positive, with hair version of me. This is what he's going to look like in 25 years. But anyway, good luck to him. He's a good guy. Follow him and check him out, and just a big shout out to him. So I kind of like it like this while there's not that many people about to start off, you know? There's no pressure. Just get the guitar sorted. So just in case anybody's wondering why I'm doing this, first of all, it's just for me just to sing, just to go out and do it, you know, because you know, you sat at home, you're not doing a gig, you can't really sing as loud as you really would if you were stood in front of a mic stand with people watching you. That's when you really give it your all. And secondly, half of what I get donated, if anything, I will then donate to help other people who've been affected by stroke, whether somebody you know, yourself, somebody in your family, you know. Least I can do, right? I would have given you all of my heart, but there's someone who's torn it apart. I've got about an hour set list, and honestly I'm usually knackered after that. I usually got cramp in my wrist after an hour, but if I'm still feeling alright and there's more people about, then I'll repeat the songs that I like to do, and that usually are good earners. Now this one's usually a massive earner, but I'm not feeling it that much tonight, if I'm honest, or this afternoon. Bring a drink. Oh, somebody smoking dope, you can smell it a mile away. That's typical of this city. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Look at the stars, look how they shine for you, and everything you do. Yeah, they were all yellow. I came along. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. The sky is blue right now. It's 6:30 in the afternoon, the sky is really blue and sunshine. It's not cold at all. Look, I'm in a t-shirt, it's October. Any other day you'd come down here 6:30, 6:37. I'll probably start my set again in about 15 minutes if I'm honest, because that's when more people come around. You see a lot of people stopping reading my sign about money for strokes and stuff, and they like that. Sometimes they just put money in because of that. They might think I'm shit, but whatever. Do you know what I mean? How it is. Muchas gracias, John. Agradecido, muchas gracias. See, I'm not doing anything, talking to you on here, and they put money in. Then you play a song and nobody puts anything in, they walk past, you see what I mean? You don't even know me, so why lie about me? Cheers for watching a bit of my busking. I hope I've helped you. Have a look earlier what I said about rules for busking, and I hope they help. Give me a like and subscribe if this is useful for you. Alright, see you again. Cheers.